A nightmare dentist, a Florida dentist accused of abusing his young patients. We're talking about pulling out healthy teeth, performing unwanted and painful procedures on kids who did not need them. Those are the accusations. CNN spoke with one mom whose daughter went in for what should have been a simple procedure.
The nurse suggested that it's best that kids act better when the parents aren't in the room. They said, we don't like parents back here for the procedures. Finally, the nurse came and got me, and she said there had been an incident. She was hyperventilating. She had marks all over her and blood all over her. In the parking lot, she takes her gauze out, and I noticed all her teeth were gone.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Howard Schneider, now the dentist accused of hurting young Brielle and so many others, has given up his medical license voluntarily. He closed up his Jacksonville office, and now he's facing multiple lawsuits. Let's talk about this with attorney John Phillips, because John is representing some of the alleged victims in this case. John, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. Let me talk to you about Brandy Motley and her daughter, whom we just heard about there. We know that you are representing them. Help us understand what these families are going through right now still.
It's awful. You know, we've had people come out in their 30s and 40s who still remember treating with Dr. Schneider and still have emotional trauma.
What?
You know, on top of, yeah, absolutely. He's been doing this for 45 years. There's, you know, on top of dealing with the emotional trauma, there's simple things like eating and speaking. And you know, poor Brielle had literally all of her front teeth, I think 7 or 8, ripped out when they only said there was one with a problem. So it's outrageous.
Okay, so we understand he's under investigation by the state attorney general. He didn't just shut down his office. He gave the Florida Department of Health a voluntary relinquishment of his license. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, from the public view, the fact that he just relinquished everything seems incriminating to him. From a legal view, does that play in?
It probably wouldn't come in court. I know it wouldn't come in court, but certainly it is a step in the right direction. The protesters were out there the first couple of weeks, all of these moms. It was kind of a beautiful sight. And they let other people know what was going on inside this clinic, which then shut down his practice. And you know, some would say he really had no choice at that point when you've got the Board of Health and the Attorney General and the local police breathing down your neck. You know, by turning in your license when you're not getting clients anyway, that's one less investigation you have to go through.
Is it safe to say that there is a fear that because he relinquished his license and it might just be closed, that that's going to be the end of it, that he won't have to have any other repercussion?
No, that's certainly, I mean, it's always a fear. When you're dealing with this is kind of an unprecedented case. This happens all over the world. Particularly in America, particularly with Medicaid abuse being so rampant. This isn't just in Jacksonville, Florida, where these dentists are getting paid by the tooth and are strapping these kids down and pulling more teeth than necessary. So, you know, we need to create awareness to keep pressure on, because this isn't an isolated incident.
So in this specific case, though, since this is what you're working with, what are potential punishments for the doctor?
Oh, goodness. They're looking at it from a Medicaid fraud perspective, from a child abuse perspective. There's some other affiliated criminal statutes in play, but it would be felonious. You know, the charges potentially would be a felony, and somebody of Dr. Schneider's age would certainly be facing, you know, a life in prison by the fact that he's, you know, 80-something years old.
Hey, John Phillips, thank you so much for bringing us the very latest. Our best to those families, certainly. And thank you for sticking with us, because we're going to keep up on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you, Christy.
All righty. Thank you. John Phillips, we appreciate it. Joe?